We put together, I think we put together three good quarters. Three good quarters, but in this league, you can't put together three good quarters and still win, right? You got to play a full game. We didn't do that. Give Washington all the credit. They stuck in, hung in, and down the stretch, they made the right plays that they needed in order to win the game. So.
Coach Rashad Milligan rolling out. I just wanted to know, what did you really see as a difference from Washington in the second half defensively?
They ended up their pressure. You know what I mean? They picked up their pressure. And that was it. They got a little bit more physical. They picked up their pressure, right? We didn't really get north-south a lot, you know what I mean, in the second half. And we got to be able to handle people's physicality. I think they did a good job of stretching us out in terms of all of our actions were 3-4 feet off the three-point line rather than, you know what I mean, in scoring range for us. And that made it a little bit more difficult for us to get downhill.
Coach, I know we have a quick turnaround because you've got to play the Mystics again on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So what are some of the positives or the good takeaways from this game that you can take into that next matchup?
I mean, we held them to 10 points in one quarter. You know what I mean? So defensively, we know that we can guard, right? But we got to be able to do that over and over and over, not just for one quarter. 27 points in the first quarter is too much, and 24 points in the fourth quarter is too much, right? A 17-point quarter is okay, but that 27 and that 24 were big.
What did you see in the last 2 minutes of the game to get you ready for next game?
The last 2 minutes, you know what? I thought that they did a good job of going to the people that they needed to go to in order to get a bucket. And then, they just made a play. We got unlucky. Christy Wallace did a great job of wolfing down the ball, getting a tip behind. We don't come up with it. Then we get an and one foul. I mean, that's part of basketball. Luck happens sometimes, right? And luck was on their side in terms of those plays. Offensive rebound that we didn't snatch, that we have a good defensive possession, right? We don't get the offensive rebound. Again, they get an and one or something happened. I don't know exactly what happened, but they score off of it. I think is that when Atkins got an and one. So just little things like that, right? We got to be able to finish off plays and do different things like that. But we pride ourselves on having bounce back mentality and next play mentality. It's over. Nothing we can do about it. We just got to learn from it. We got to learn.
How did coach you all through the fouls that were not being called? I guess that's a good way to put it.
I mean, it's a part of the game. You got to just be more aggressive. Nobody's not going to give us anything. You just got to play through it. Can't worry about the refs. We just have to worry about ourselves as a team. It's a part of the game.
We've got a question on Zoom. Emmanuel Blaze, go ahead.
Had a double-double tonight. What was it that you guys saw as a team when you saw Ryan not hitting the shots? You all seemed to get together and say we need to make up some of those shots and shoot for and get some of those points for us.
Ryan had 19 points in the first half, so she was definitely making shots. The second half, they just upped their defense. That's what they did. They upped their defense. But we are not a team of just Ryan Howard. We are a team, and everybody contributes in different ways. So we got to look for opportunities for ourselves when those opportunities present themselves.
And Coach, that's actually something I wanted to go back to. You mentioned Christy Wallace, and there were just some key buckets, especially in the waning moments of the game. So just what can you say about the team, especially knowing that you can get that offense from anywhere on this team?
Yeah, the ball has to work for us. In this offense, the ball needs to work for us, meaning it needs to be movement, right? It needs to move. It can't just stick, you know what I mean, for it to work for us. And as long as we're doing that and we're finding the right shots, make or miss, doesn't matter. Right? Because we're playing the right way, we're finding the right shots, different things like that. Now, if we're taking too many outside shots, we'll tell them, hey, try to get 2 feet in the paint, let's get something different. You know what I mean? But we're okay with people getting the right shots within our offense. Nia got great looks today. E had great looks. Everybody had great looks. Sometimes you make them, sometimes you don't. You know what I mean? Unfortunately for us, we didn't make enough of them down the stretch. But regardless of that, we still got to be able to defend. And even when we weren't making them, we weren't doing a great job in the fourth quarter of defending. And that was our biggest issue.
What's the measuring stick right now? This was a battle for number one in the East.
I mean, Washington's a great team. We think we're a pretty good team too, but we're still learning. We're young. We just have to have a bounce back mentality. We're going to go there. We're going to compete our asses off, and we're going to see what happens.
And Nia and Erica, this is sort of from the players' perspective. You guys came out in that third quarter with a lot of good intensity, an 11-2 run to start that quarter. How do you kind of keep that momentum, especially because you know it's going to be another dogfight come Tuesday?
We have to have the same energy and intensity on defense. It starts with our defense, so I'd say it starts with that.
I agree.
Thank you.